A hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
Mimi naitwa Jacinta na mimi ni mama Esther, ni mama wa watoto wawili, Esther and Timothy. Esther ni yeye mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Esther anapenda kusaidia, kwa roho sana ya kusaidia. Manake saa zile alijiona yeye ako na ulemavu na akaona anaweza saidia mwingine, ananiambia hii kitu si kwangu, at least nikisaidia tu mmoja ndio raha yangu. Manake amekuwa na akitembelea wamama wakubwa kumuliko, wengine wako na watoto wale wanaitwa bedridden, amelala kabisa. Sasa mtoto mama huyo mama akiapproachiwa na Esther, saa zingine analia. Sasa na anamwambia, anasema Esther ni mdogo wake na yeye encourage ku take care of that kid. Hata wengine walisema wao walipeleka watoto kanisani sababu ya Esther. Wao naona Esther akienda kanisa na brother yake, na yeye huyo mama anasema hata kama mtoto wangu wako hivi na yeye nitampeleka kanisani, na wengine wanapeleka shule.
My name is ESTHER, 25 years of age, and Miss Wheelchair Kenya 2018-2019. A resident of Githurai, born and brought up in Nairobi City. Born in Embakasi, Pipeline specifically. Firstborn in our family. We are just 2 children, me and my brother. My brother is in Form 2, but else for real, this year I'm planning to participate in Miss Wheelchair World competition representing our country. I've grown just like a normal kid, and most of the times I used to be in the company of my mother. My mom used to work in an embroidery shop, and most times we used to go with her. Just after school, I go to her shop, and during the weekends I join her. And now it reached a point whereby an incident happened that in the shop that my mom used to work in, the embroidery machine fell on my leg. So that's from that day, after that machine falling on my leg, now sort of a trigger that other problems began happening, my muscles problem, because I had a fracture, and then that fracture took a while before I got healed, and now it also affected my mobility. My parents thought that it was just from that accident that had happened, but there was more to it than just the accident. It just happened that the machine had to fall for them to try now and discover. After healing, after a while, the process of healing began, but there was still a problem which was noticed by my parents. I began tiptoeing. I began going for physiotherapy, taking supplements, moving from one doctor to another, telling you maybe it's kwashiorkor, maybe it's certain disease, just to get the basic reason why am I getting these problems with my legs. And eventually, by God's grace, we met a specialist who knows about the muscles and the nerves, and that's when he gave us a diagnosis that I have muscular dystrophy.
Physical disability may seem like such a great challenge to mobility, but to Esther NYAKIURU, it is a beautiful opportunity to serve.
School now became a challenge, because the school that I was, it was not disability friendly. And when I was joining that school in pre-unit, that is the academy, the structure that it was built in such a way for normal kids, not for persons living with disability. And the good thing that I found that the teachers who are there, they were very relatable teachers. They were understanding. They were able to accommodate me as I am. They chose somebody from the non-teaching staff who would assist in my movement. But that was for a short while. After that, they gave the duty to one of the class prefects to avoid that gap and that discrimination from the students. Now that you have disability before you never had, just the teachers just wanted the bond to continue between me and my fellow students. I learned in that school from pre-unit to class 7. But as the days went by, years passed by, the challenge became more and more, because in this school, other students are coming, other teachers are coming. Now it was a big task for my teacher to keep explaining to every teacher who is coming, every new teacher who is coming, to understand my situation. When it comes to games, I never used to go and play in the field. I used to be left behind with the teachers. Or if we have to go, all of us, I used to remain with the class teacher who held my hand from the school to the field. And they had to avoid any damage happening to me, because also the teachers never understood. And at that time, disability wasn't that aired to the public, and there was that social discrimination at high rate. Not everybody understood, and not everybody saw the better side of disability. Eventually, my class teacher advised us that I should join a primary school which has got persons living with disability. In class 8, I went to Joytown Primary, where I did my KCPE. From then, I joined Joytown Secondary, where I did my Form 4. In that, the transition from a school which has got students who have no disability, joining to students who have got disability, was a tough challenge to me, because now I was used to these people who in this school, there are some who love you, there are some who appreciate you, there are some who are giving you support. And now you have joined this school where there are different kinds of disability. It was kind of a shock to me, because there were other disabilities that I never thought that there is in this country. I had never seen. And the thought of having a child who is disabled was out of my imagination. I used to believe that people who are disabled are either older people, maybe you get through accident, maybe a disease, but now you get a child who is born who has got no limbs, or a child who has not even any energy to push him or herself using the wheelchair. There are others who are using crutches. So all these mobility devices were new to me. So advancing to that was the first challenge. And then the second challenge, which was the boarding school. Now advancing to this boarding school for persons living with disability. First, you have to understand the environment, how it is. Yes, the structure was good, the teachers were good, but now for me it was kind of an advancement from one season to another.
They say, when opportunities present themselves to you, grab them, because you may never be sure of when they will come to your way again.
There is this competition for persons living with disability, modeling competition. Okay, for me, the beauty about modeling competition has never been ever in my mind, but I just saw this chance and I took it, and I said, let me just go and take a try. I give it my all, because it's something about disability, and this is nothing that I can change. It's up to me to accept how it is. So I joined. I went for registration. That the day that I saw the post, it was on a Tuesday. The registration was being done on Thursday. So that morning I prepared myself. I went and participated. It was in Cool Breeze Gardens, Muthaiga. We were quite a number. We were around 200 participants, all kinds of categories: autism, hearing, visual, physical, short stature, and albinism. So that list were first we were registered by according to categories, because of different ages and different disabilities. After that, now we were told that this you are given the next an appointment, or kind of an appointment next week. You will come and participate. There will be a boot camp for all the ones that have been selected. We were given an opportunity for each person to explain why he would like to join in the modeling competition. So the 200 of us, we were given an opportunity to run on the runway. After that, now that's when we were selected. The rest 40 people, we were 200. It was a kind of your selection, selected till we remained 20 people. These 20 people, now that's when we went for a boot camp for 2 weeks. In this boot camp, there were choreographers, male choreographers. One is a modeling teacher, and the other one just deals with hairstyles. And now we're given the lessons. For me, it was sort of, I was taught about the poses, because the rest, the deaf, the visual, the albinism and short stature, since they were walking, they were taught the walking styles from morning till evening. As for us, for me and Mr. Disability, we were taught on how to answer questions and the poses that will be portrayed while on the stage. And the event happened on 20th December 2018, from morning till evening, the same place, Modaiga. That evening, I wasn't expecting it for me to, because we were different persons with disability, different ages. For persons living with disability, there were only 3. Me and another lady and Mr. Disability. So for me, I was thinking, my mind was, this lady, the other lady, may be the winner because she's young, she's energetic, and she's beautiful, and she looked determined to win this title. For my mind, I was just going to experience it, because it's a new thing to me, it's a new thing to disability. So it had never been in my mind that I can be the Miss Disability. So that moment, it was exciting and it was also shocking, because after that, now what else would I be doing? And my mind was not focused. I was just going there to experience. It was out of my mind. So I never had any plans that if you win, what will you do? Yes, it was in my mind, but it wasn't in my heart that I'm driven to push. I'm driven with it that no matter the situation, I'll just win. But in this case, the opposite happened, and I was now it was up to me. I've been given this title. Now you have to think of ways how to impact the society. Because now you have won this title. You are representing persons with disability. You are representing girls on wheelchair. You are representing a whole generation. It's not just you. There are other persons looking up to you.
The Miss Wheelchair title has surely opened major doors for this beautiful soul to bless others.
I can say it empowered women, those women, the children, because now they are able to be accepted, and they were able also to get mobility devices, because most children never had mobility devices. And they didn't have because they didn't want, but they had that negative notion, what will the society say? Why should I get my child a wheelchair yet I can carry him or her? That was the notion. But now I was able to change their mentality that this is a device used in movement, and you have to get the correct device, because if you don't get the correct device, there will be other challenges which will come with that. You may get back sores, or deformity in the not exact size of mobility devices that you have. And now not after, during that time, I also got an opportunity to request food from Beyond Zero Foundation, which was led by Her Excellency Margaret Kenyatta, requesting for foodstuffs for us persons with disability. That time there was no way that you could get food. And then the other thing is that these children have got specific diet. There's a kind of food that they will eat and the kind of food that they should not eat. So through my crown, I approached the Beyond Zero and they granted me foodstuffs, which I gave them at that time and which sustained them for quite some while, because it was quite a commodity, large foodstuffs for them. And now from there, towards the end of 2019, an opportunity arose of participating in beauty pageant competition in Russia. But this competition never happened. I never managed to compete or to travel because I lacked financial assistance. And I let that pass, and now I waited for another opportunity, and now this opportunity has come again for Miss Wheelchair World. It will be now an opportunity, and I'm hoping that this time I won't miss. In the primary school that I went to, Joytown Primary for the Physically Handicapped, there's an organization there called Bethany Kids. So I approached one of the members of Bethany Kids, and I told her that there this kind of situation in my home area. This Bethany Kids, it's kind of an organization, and also they have an hospital in Kichabe where they provide devices. But when the imported devices come, they distribute. So I contacted them early and told them, when this sort of when wheelchairs come in, you may include me in the list that I may receive, that I do have a certain number of children who need wheelchairs. And that's how I am able to get the wheelchairs. And I'm into public speaking. I just did my last public speaking at MKU, my Kibaki Convention Center, last Saturday. The topic was about disrupt. It was an event about the youths nurturing their talent and focusing on the skills that they have in school, their professions that they have in school, not just focusing on what they have learned. There is more to what they have learned that they can give to the public. Find somebody you can lean on. And the circles that you have, we all have circles of friends, you have circles of family, and they are there for a reason, for support. So that support, when you are down, there's somebody to lean on, and when you are up, there's somebody to tell you keep on pushing, somebody to cheer you. It will be very lonely that when you're up there and you have nobody to celebrate you, or when you're up there and you have nobody to lean on when tough times come.
With her eyes turned skywards, even the sky is not her limit.
I'll be heading to Mexico, participate in modeling competition. This modeling competition entails models across the globe, 25 of them participants, but 5 from Africa. And Kenya will be represented by me. And now I'm requesting for your support through any support, financial, emotional, any kind of support that you may feel you want to support me with, through this number 0794 606 813 0794 606 813. In the meantime, you may vote for me in the Miss Wheelchair World Facebook page and Instagram page. You just go and tap my post there. This voting will end on 28. You just have to vote by liking my post and tell the other person, because sharing this, you are sharing an inspiration to that girl child who is back there at home, who is facing challenges, who feels that the world is negative and not appreciating him or her on what she's doing. So this challenge is up to you. Let's change this narrative that disability is all about sympathy. Let's be empathetic to persons living with disability. There is more to disability. You can be having a disability if you focus on the economic part of it.